vlog might be a long one, because I am not going to bother making separate vlogs for the past 3 weeks, which I have missed out on making vlogs for. See, what happened was I just became not bothered, but now I am, because the 3 weeks that just went by have been what I like to call the production term, because I was filming and editing, and I was doing everything I was supposed to do to make my video possible. Not the vlog, the actual college production. Project 1. The one which should have let me into college. Yes, it has. Yay. Anyway, that was the agreement. Meet the first deadline and you're in. Anyway, so what's happened? Well, I tinkered around with After Effects and I got that intro that you saw before this video on my channel, which was sort of ninja style one. It's a bit rough around the edges, but I can give it a pass. I think it's absolutely fine for that. Anyway, so I was doing things like, a lot of people were very interested in mine. I saw others, they were brilliant. So it reminds me of FedEx Gaming's intro or something like that, which was all, it looks awesome. There's like parts of it, it's animated, it looks much better. That's what I think. And it's got dubstep. A lot of people have put dubstep in, and a lot of other people have things like, so it reminds me of Mumbo Jumbo, some of theirs, the beginning bit, just more dubstep. But mine was more just, I had an idea, and I would like to do it, which was my logo, AGHA, and they were held like ninja stars, then thrown at a wall, and they hit a wall. You might have noticed that, well, you had noticed that the middle square did hit the wall, and it was glitching through the wall a bit, so you should have fixed that. Yeah, the shadow. There's also, if you look closely, when the hand picks up the logo straight at the beginning, you can see that it slightly glitches through his thumb. Ouch. Other than that, I was originally going to put in the Wilhelm scream, because AGHA, pronounce it in the words, it sounds like a scream. Ah! Yes. But then I figured, no, I don't quite like the idea of that, unless I have a sort of Halloween one. And I will get on with my idea a little bit later. Anyway, for those who are wondering, AGHA are for mine and my stepbrother's initials. So, Alex Goodman, Henry Atkins. It's about all I really had behind that. Anyway, so a lot of people in my class were very, very intrigued, and they quite liked my intro. They were saying sick and bollocks like that. And I just thought, but you got way better ones than mine. All I really did was, a lot of people were like, how did you do this? And I'm like, you were using After Effects, shouldn't you have known? It's as simple as, learn the tools and know what you want to do. As far as I'm concerned is, you just add the picture on the timeline, stretch it to how long you want it, open up the transform bar, and then just choose the opacity and also the way it moves, or if it's spinning or not, that sort of thing. How much it rotates. And there might have been another one, but I can't remember. Oh god. What's really difficult though was the speed lines, because well, I didn't want to just steal someone else's speed lines, which is ironic because everything else in that, except for my actual logo, was in fact off the internet. If I'd showed you the full brick photo, there would have been like a little stamp in the lower right corner. Anyway, either way, ignoring that, I made my own speed line, so I didn't have to just take somebody's GIF, because you can easily just slap a logo onto a brick wall photo. I think photos, not really what I'd say plagiarizable unless you get the Mona Lisa, slap a wig on it and say that's mine. That'd be more plagiarism, I would think. Because you remove the wig, then it would be plagiarism, because I think you can easily just get your own edit or something. I've got loads of my own pictures which I edit, like a giant baby in the city. I actually wasn't kidding when I said I made that in Photoshop. Anyway, what else? So that's what people said during the screening, which happened on Tuesday, which is this week. I think this vlog should be finished and edited by this week. I'm quite far behind. Anyway, so I did do the filming. It went moderately well. I mean, I got everything together. I got all my cameras and stuff together. I'll be honest, what I came out with kind of just makes me wish I was better at camera work. And I acknowledged this at the end of my video as well. It was just a short message saying, I am bad at camera work. Yeah, when you see it, you'll see it actually does say that. Anyway, so I did have a little bit of trouble getting my actors together. Taylor was alright. Lee was, to be honest, Lee was like just like Callum or who's the other one? Harry. And they yeah, they almost did what they just wanted to do. It got a little bit it took a little bit of time just to round them up and get to do what I wanted. In the end, I didn't even know what I wanted, and I ended up missing out 2 scenes, which meant about a couple of days later I got a studio with Warwick. I brought Callum and Taylor into there and had them say their lines, and then Callum's line wasn't even, you can't even see him talking. Well, sort of. It was a long shot, and I didn't even, make Callum move his lips or anything, so it looks like he's a ventriloquist, which looks better when you think about it than what I did with Taylor. Taylor, when he says his line, he was supposed to be talking and he was in frame, so I had to get a completely different clip and stick that new audio over it, so it just looks like a really bad dubbed film. But that aside, it was stressful. I mean, Warwick came down and, if you're watching this, don't take it the wrong way, gave me a bit of a lecture about be nice to your actors and all that stuff. I did notice I was being a bit harsh on Lee out of stress, although if you remove that little insulting part from Lee, everything is justified. I mean, I actually went back on the internet to look up different directors in their working environment, and it's just as stressful and slightly mean or awkward as I was. So technically, Warwick, yes, be nice, but you have to be strict and fair. So, no, they may be my friends, but they are also actors, and I need to get around this problem. What else? So I've got as far as the filming. Editing took me a bit, but it wasn't that hard. All I did was I put the original clip of the Grimm episode. When I post it, I'll stick a link to it because I got it off YouTube. I put that on the middle line where the volume and audio is mirrored on Premiere, and then I just built on top of that, which went quite well. Some parts, Taylor and other people, when they were talking, they left huge pauses. So to keep everything going and snappy, I cannot click because I'm an idiot. I had to cut out a lot of pauses. which meant some people jolting or the actual audio jumping, sorry about that. But I got it together in the end. After that, I exported everything. Originally, to keep everything together, like the After Effects logo and the Premiere Pro production, I had exported both those as what I think it was in the export details, H256, and underneath it, it was YouTube 720p. After that, when I put them both into Premiere Pro again, so it'd be one whole finished production, I saved that and I exported it as something to do with Apple, Mac, or something like that. I can't quite remember. By the way, something I didn't mention about the logo is, if you're going to use After Effects, unfortunately, I tried, but I don't think I tried, but I don't think you can add sound effects into After Effects. I think that has to be all in Photoshop. All in Premiere Pro, I meant. Aside from that, I dropped off everything in the Dropbox, I added my names, things like that, and we started to screen them. And I think it went well. There are other people's which could have been worse than mine, I can't tell. Some people had really interesting intros, although I was most impressed by a guy called Sam, and he did a clip from Shaun of the Dead, I think. It was the Bad Roommate one, when Simon Pegg takes a seat, joins the game, and leaves again when Nick Frost wants him to get him something. Then he's all gets all ready in a quick montage, and then the other bloke, which I cannot remember his name, I think it was either acted by Elsie or TC, and they start talking. It was that clip in general. So yeah, what Sam did was what I already mentioned, but Sam also did, because he was so early finishing it, was he had made a Mr. Bean sketch, and I only learned until later that he does a couple of these sketches for about Mr. Bean, and I thought that's actually quite funny. He did one based on No Access, I think it's called that, and I really enjoyed it. It came out really well. I was really, honest to God, impressed by his quality in the video. And, yeah, if I had it, I would show you the video. I think it looks great. That got me going. I thought, just like how Disney make a short to go with their movies, I suggested to Sam that for every project he does, he makes a new Mr. Bean sketch. And he liked it, I liked it, a couple of other people liked it, and yeah, I think that's on the roll. And then I thought to myself, the logo looks great, it's original, looks pretty good. Except I had the idea now that, depending on the video or the season or just whatever, I make a completely different presentation for my logo. So the logo that we logo which I've already made is either the college one, which I will stick to that, by the way, it will not change, and the logo which I threw up on YouTube earlier, which was of the Ninja Star one, which I still love it. I think it's on YouTube. I'll double check that. Now I'm thinking about it, I think I forgot completely. No, I saw it on YouTube, I remember now. So, I had multiple ideas already about what I want to do for my logo presentation. If it's winter or Christmas video, I was thinking 2 kids. Actually, I was thinking maybe me and my brother Alex, because, well, AGHA, Alex Goodman, Henry Atkins. I've already mentioned this before. So I thought, me and my brother Alex, we're, not literally, but we're 2 chumps pissing in the snow, and a policeman chases us off. The camera pans down to the snow, and it says AGHA. quality. And I've learned as well that the next project I'm going to be working on in a while, I think it's going to be like a week or two or maybe more, is we're going to work on making a silent film. And I really like the idea of that. So, the idea I've had for that is, me and my stepbrother Alex, or whatever, we have the job of drawing each half of the AGHA logo. There's a screen with the original logo on it, and we both have half a whiteboard each. Whiteboard, whatever it is. Is it white or wipe? So yeah, there's a whole drawing montage, and in the end, I've done my side. Alex has drawn penises, and he starts fighting, arguing, obviously in silence, and maybe I'll have the camera pan over to a guy at a piano, just because of old-timey piano music, which sounds good. Also, obviously, science film, you can add music, sound effects, so I was thinking, for the actual music, I will call up a friend of mine, James, who lives an hour down the road to me, and he makes music, he composes, so maybe if I confront him with all the footage and ask him if he could actually add his own music on top of it, so it could line up, good composition, that sort of thing. I'll promise to pay him or something like that if he asks for it, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. But obviously, I'll get round to that a little bit later. Who knows? Maybe I'll actually do my idea a little bit earlier. Yeah, the logo one. So maybe I'm off college on Wednesdays and Fridays, but the rest of my family are going to be in high school, except for my parents, of course. So maybe I could call up Alex and school, see if I can actually borrow one of the classrooms during break time or lunchtime, perfect lunchtime, or even after school, and I will film my idea with Alex, and then we can get picked up later. Maybe I can actually get that done. So yeah, that's my plan. For Mrs. the piano, so I'll just do it in another room, the music room. That'll do. So that sounds good. So I think that's about it. At the moment, we're also looking through the Grand Budapest Hotel, which is the film they gave us about 5 weeks ago. Some people have not watched it over the course of 5 weeks. That's like a month. It is a month. Except it's a month split in two because we started like halfway through September and now it's almost halfway through October. There's a pointless detail to point out. But yeah, we're going to be looking through that, analysing, etc, etc. Probably because of how much time that will give me just to sort of plan on what I'd like to do in the next project. I could always start early, because I'll be able to just... the equipment should be free to me. I can order it, borrow it, get to the school. Of course, I'll have to order something at the school to be able to do that. But that aside, I think that's all I really have to say about it at the current moment. Now, there is something extra. Now, because I am, in fact, Asperger's, autism and all that, they will, in fact, offer me a choice if I wanted somebody to help me out. Like, just somebody there to help, that sort of thing. And I did tell them specifically that I don't need somebody to be, always with me, but it's always nice to have somebody there. In a shorter version, if I did have this person to help me out, then the only circumstance I'll ever need them is I'll be very good at doing everything else on my own, but if I have a problem or a query, then it's nice to have them there, just so I can signal them and gets their assistance. Nothing more. I've now got a new person, except I think her name is Rachel. She is looming over me and my friend Taylor's shoulder. I don't know what Taylor thinks, but she is looming over her shoulders almost all the time. She does go around to help other people, but almost all the time. And when she is there, she tends to pick a bit. I mean, it's alright if she gives me advice, which is fine. Just tell me some things, because I do understand. No more reminders. I do understand. She has done a lot of this stuff before. She has had a degree, she's had jobs, that sort of thing. And I'm only mentioning this because she came up to me and said, I've had more jobs than you have hot meals. Nobody says that. Nobody at all has ever said that. So don't say it unless you know it's good or not. Because when you said it, it sounded like the most douchiest thing I have ever heard from a teacher. I don't like insulting people, but come on, this is a vlog. I'm supposed to tell people how I feel. You do not say something like that to a person. Ever. Moving on. But yeah, she sometimes nitpicks at some things like typo or my postcode on a letter being backwards. Sure, I put down something to something to something. How I did it was county to town, which is closest to me, to the village I'm in, to the house or street, to the number, when it should be the other way round. So house number to street to village to town next to it to county, and then my postcode, which is I always put my postcode at the end. That's maybe not the proper way, but does it have my address on it? Yes. So don't nitpick. It's something which annoys me to a very certain extent, just for people to nitpick. So, if you're watching this, please stop nitpicking. Thank you.